Hello everyone, welcome to the podcast. So I have here and in today's world it's very trending that smile is everything. Your smile matters the most. The confidence matters the most. And yes, it do. But what exactly the dentists see in a smile? How exactly they make a person underconfident to confident and how the smile changes the dentist view and how much value it holds. Let's understand all of this from Dr. Priyam, and he is someone that I have been following from so long and understanding each and everything just with some reels or his cases. But today I got the opportunity to sit beside him and get all the insights. So, doctor, are you ready for such insights and even patience? Are you ready to understand what does the smile do and how important is that? So, let's dive into the podcast and understand all of this in detail. So, doctor,
Hi.
and first of all, thank you so much for giving your time. And finally, we are able to
Yes,
make it.
finally we are able to do that.
So, thank you so much. And today we will be understanding about one of the most trending topic I feel, which is smile.
Yes, it's always been trending.
Yeah, it will always be, and it has been from decades.
Yes,
So, one of the basic question I need to start is, what exactly smile is for you?
see, smile is something which, when the patient is in front of you, so we learn from the basics that this is the smile proportion, this is the tooth, this is how the color form and everything has to be. But for me, the smile is what ties the patient together. There are a lot of times when patient has a different personality, a very bubbly, very juvenile personality, but they are not able to smile properly because they are somewhere very conscious about the way the teeth are.
Yes.
So it's not they're not able to tie themselves as one because the personality is something else, but the teeth are something else, and it's stopping them. So when you, I would not say treat, but when you take them from the journey of being somebody who's uncomfortable with what they are to somebody who can smile and laugh at just like that, that one personality tied from eyes to the teeth is a perfect smile, and that is what the smile is. It starts in the eyes along with the teeth.
Correct. But many people still don't understand and they are very okay with the smile and
Yes,
they see and they are like they have seen from childhood that only.
correct,
So how you make sure to stay patient that what will be the difference
correct.
and why it is so important because it is important. So how will you explain that?
So that's a very good question. See, what we do is now, whenever we have a patient coming, we go through the first step of complete data collection. So when I say complete data collection, it requires intraoral scans, sometimes CBCTs also. Then we do facial scans, we take pictures. And what we do is, even before we touch the patient with something, and we spend time with patients. So we always spend some half an hour with the patient talking about different things in the world, not dentistry, not teeth. But that eases the patient. And then in the end, I ask them, okay, tell me three things that you don't like about yourself. Just three things that you feel I should be able to correct. And if I'm not able to correct, then there is no point doing anything. So invariably, because now they have settled in and have spoken to me for half an hour, they always okay. Probably this could be like that. Probably this could be like that, and I just take a note of that. Then what we do is we go to our software. So we completely work in a digital workflow. So we go to our softwares and we design something that the patient was hoping for. So like for example, when we choose the teeth form, so we have like almost 200-300 options of teeth forms. Then shape, size, color, all these things will then change into form, slight modifications are needed. So we are able to do all this peacefully while the patient is in his or her house and we are sitting in our system.
Hmm.
Once that is done, we call the patient back we show everything on the screen. Now there is a very good thing which has just come. I am not sure whether it's come to India properly or not, but I was able to access that being a KOL. You can make a 1 minute video of the person talking, laughing, sitting in front of you, and whatever plan I've designed, I can upload the plan, and then the same video will be there played with the plan in the mouth, and with the final teeth, final outlook that I have decided in the mouth. So now what you said, now how the patient will know. Now the patient will see himself or herself in the video, talking, smiling, laughing, in the most realistic manner. That is where you can convince the patient. That is where you can show the patient what it does. Because function you can understand, but the beauty still lies in the eyes of the patient.
Yes.
So by doing this, you are able to show what it's going to be. Now there are many software. There's a very big red mark in this area. There are many softwares who promise you, okay, you can do a smile designing on this. But then when you ask them, can this be converted to treatment? Then they say, no, it cannot be converted to treatment. And that's a big problem because if I put my central incisor from point A to point B and patient says, okay, I like point B now. But when you go in the mouth and you realize I cannot do this, that is where anybody who's new to all this should use a software which can be converted to treatment. So now whatever you show to the patient is locked. The goal is locked. Now you do reverse engineering and you plan all your steps, you come back and then you start doing. So I believe data collection and then converting the data to the end treatment goal. And that is how Prosper has always been, that you
Yeah.
decide the end treatment goal first. Is the easiest way to convince the patient and show him or her what his or life or her life is going to be once
It's the
this
same.
entire thing is over.
So can you tell which software it is? Because I haven't heard about this
Okay.
software.
So there are many softwares. The giants is Exocad, which is the I personally believe they are
Yeah.
one of the most popular software throughout the world. So Exocad is the company, and they have a software called a DentalCAD. So that is the one that can be used for all these things. In fact, this AI feature I was talking about, so that is there already in the software. Apart from that, they have other AI features also that they do a lot of automatic designing and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's all part of the software. And then there are, of course, other softwares also, like there are software from 3M, not sorry, 3M, I forgot the name. Three Shapes, sorry.
Reshape,
So Three
yeah.
Shapes is there. Then one or two more companies are there. Blue Sky Bio is there. So there are quite a few. And every software has certain pluses, certain minuses. I am using Exocad, so I'm comfortable with it.
With that.
Yeah.
I have seen Exocad is actually giving up better results.
Yeah, because
Like,
see, ultimately you are not going to make your own clown. The lab is going to make the clown.
correct.
So if you generate something from the same software, the software tells you that certain things are possible, not possible. And when you're designing the smile, if you are designing it, you will know that this is possible, not possible.
Possible.
And once you have locked the result, the reverse engineering becomes easier because it's the same software between you and your lab.
Yes,
That is
that's
better.
true. So, any one case that when you have decided this way and has changed their smile and it has stuck with you.
Okay, so I'll tell you, there was one lady, very bubbly lady, very, full of life lady. And she used to come to my clinic for, oral prophylaxis for husband, daughter, and then eventually for her also. So she had met with an accident when she was young and fractured the front incisors and laterals also. And then she got married, so that time, in those times, the father said, Abhi, ho gaya, fine, right? So she also, being a juvenile personality, never thought about all this. And then one day, we were just talking, and she's a very chirpy lady. Every time she comes, she talks to me for half an hour. We were talking, and I said, why don't you sort this out? So she's like, अरे इतने साल हो गए, what is the need? And that time पापा ने मना कर दिया कि कोई जरूरत नहीं है, तो मैंने कराया नहीं. Then husband was also very supportive. She's like, ये आप करके देखो. So then we planned everything, and it was a long treatment. I tell you, I was not sure that she will go through it. I was not sure she will go through it, and she obviously delayed also a lot of things. But eventually, when the things got over, and I'll show you the case later on. Her smile was so different from what she was having, and she used to do tarot reading for fun. Now that she got a new smile, she got confidence. She started doing tarot reading on one of the apps, and now she has thousands and thousands of followers. And every time, one of the followers says to her, that madam, your smile is very nice.
Very
So
nice.
she takes a screenshot and sends it to me.
Wow.
So she was a juvenile personality. Everything was great about it. But a great smile just took it to another level.
Another level.
That confidence of going online every day for 2 hours, talking to strangers, putting yourself out over there for judgment. And with that smile, if somebody judges you and says, "Oh, you've got a beautiful smile," that just boosts the confidence. So I think that is something life changing for me.
Yes, that's true. When everyone used to say ना कि अरे स्माइली है ये दांत तो हम बचपन से देख रहे हैं उसमें इतना क्या ध्यान रखेगा बट I say to my patient that what is the first thing you see when you wake up in the morning? It's a smile. अगर आप सिर्फ लिप्स बंद करके भी स्माइल करो तो भी वो आपकी स्माइल है एंड ऑटोमेटिकली यू विल सी योर टीथ एंड एवरीथिंग
Correct.
so it's the major part. It's not like it's not a major part. It is, but yes, they are not aware of it.
Correct.
So as a dentist, we are just making them aware.
Correct.
That's what I feel. But yeah, as you mentioned earlier, that patients need sometimes that B shade, but ये वाला नहीं होता है. So how do you match that expectation?
That is also something very critical when we are doing some cases.
Yeah.
First of all, you have to set the expectations right. I mean, sometimes, there's bleach shades which are available. So I asked them that, they said like white chahiye, white chahiye. I said, kitna white chahiye? And the toilet seat is also white. So would you like that white? Like, nahi, nahi. So I said, see, the idea is to smile and nobody should be able to know that the work is
What
done.
you done.
So if you're looking at that idea, then your teeth are not white. And I give everyone this example that, especially those who are of my age, there used to be a television ad when I was a kid, and they used to say, "मोतियों जैसे दांत, तुम्हारे दांत मोतियों जैसे चमक रहे हैं."
Yeah.
Dabur had a tagline.
Yes, yes, yes.
So even moti is not white. It is
Yeah.
not white.
Okay.
And then I tell everyone who is the patient of my practice, I say, we are brown skinned people. Our skin is not same as somebody who's from Europe. So our teeth are certainly not same as somebody from Europe. So let's understand that what do you want? Do you want a natural smile or do you want a white smile? If you want white smile, I can give you white smile. But then in the end, it might not look natural. So rather pick a smile which nobody can tell that there's some work done for you, and that will really boost your confidence. Or you can pick a smile where every time you smile and everybody is looking, something is white.
Yeah.
So I think that convinces most of the patients.
But mostly, what you said is right. But mostly, some of the patients come and tell, मुझे ये हीरोइन जैसे चाहिए.
Yes.
Example, if some old age people come,
Yes.
like 50s, 60s, they used to say me कि I need teeth like Madhuri Dixit. And अगर young age के आ रहे तो जानवी कपूर, आलिया भट्ट, उन जैसे चाहिए. And when I tell that, I I read them, okay, I understand what you want. But then in my mind, I know this will not perfectly fit to them
Yes.
because of the skin tone plus their face.
Eye
Some
color.
have, yeah,
Eye
eye
color is very
color.
The color of sclera is very important.
Correct. I think I had never noticed that.
Yeah.
I have to. But what I say is your face and your lip line and everything. But yeah, this is a good point about the eye color. I think many of us miss it. But I feel कि you also have those patients. So how you tell them? Because अगर हम उनको ये स्किन टोन का बोलते हैं तो दे आर लाइक कि वो भी तो इंडियन ही है तो हम सबका सेम ही है जो कर रहे हैं वो तो मेकअप से हो रहा है दिस वुड अ पेशेंट टोल्ड मी
Yeah.
आई एम ब्रिंगिंग दैट पॉइंट
I agree.
सो
So that is where the data collection helps. That is where the mock-ups help, the software help. Because in software you can change colors and show them.
या
Right. And then there is something we do, which I'm sure many people are doing. It's called as the mock-up drive or
Yes.
mock-up transfer.
यस
So what we do is we transfer the same things in the patient's mouth at the mock-up stage. So at mock-up stage, you can see the form and shape. Color, particularly, what we do, there are two ways. One is we use 3D printed crowns and we color them to, or we stain them to match a particular tap. So, like day before yesterday, I had a patient who's influencer with some 50, 60,000 followers. So she said, I'm going on a trip to Korea and bad oral health, but she wanted those particular sentence sizes in the front to look nice in the pictures and all.
Nice. Yeah.
So we gave her temp, and our temps we had to customize. So I sat down, I stained the temps, and I'll show you the picture.
Mm.
You cannot tell that they are temps. And on that, she was there for last 1.5 years.
Wow.
So she came like now the temps have
Yeah.
gone a long more than
Stained
what we
over.
have done. No, they have not stained also.
It is not stained.
Not at all stained. Those are 3D printed temps.
Wow.
3D, we do 3D printing for
Wow.
everything. So those are 3D printed temps, not stained at all. But now she realizes that they have overrun the course of time that we had told them. So like she's like, now I want my
I
final.
want my final.
Yeah. So when you customize these colors, that gives you a very good idea. So whenever we have a patient who's demanding and we are doing major aesthetic corrections in the front, we always wait at 3D printed temps. In 3D printed temps, we pick up the color that the patient wants. We get that colors in the 3D printed temps. We give the patient the 3D printed temps and tell them 15 दिन के बाद मिलेंगे. In 15 days, they go out, they meet their friends, they meet their families, they eat everything. And when they come back, either they are convinced or not convinced, but it's clear that this is working or not working.
Yeah.
So I think 3D printed temps
Yeah.
is a very good way to get close to what you want. And if the patients still don't agree and they say, no, no, we want a bleach shade only, then that's a personal choice.
Yeah. That's true. And that's actually a nice way, to be very honest. So patient convinced भी हो जाता है
Yeah.
and they get the clear picture कि what will suit me and what will not.
Not good.
That's true. That's true. So now, as we are talking about the dentistry, so smile is something सबके अपने अपने ways है.
Correct.
But here, I really want to make some highlights on like the journey.
Mhm.
What's the journey? What's the difference between your initial practice and now? So, if you can say that from when you stopped thinking as a dentist and you started actually understanding the patient and treating them. So, when that differentiate comes.
I think it comes with time. You cannot put one case as the turning point.
Yeah.
There are a lot of cases which mold you over a period of time, and I believe one very important thing that came into me also, which made me from a dentist to a clinician, was patience. Patience is something which thankfully came in right time for me. A lot of people guided me in that. But when you listen patiently to the patient, that is where you go beyond dentistry, because now you're not seeing proportions, you're not seeing tooth preps, you're not seeing materials. You're looking at a person. You are adding to the personality by the teeth or by the dental work that you're doing, and a real clinician is doing that. Anyone can make a nice crown. The crown going into the patient's mouth, becoming a part of patient, that is where the clinical skill comes. I have a lot of respect for dental techniques. I always praise them in all my lectures, because whatever I'm showing on screen is actually not my work, is their work in there,
Okay.
right? So I always and I consider them as my equal teammates. But they are doing beautiful crowns. But if I'm not able to clinically tell them that what and how it's going to go from patient's mouth to your lab to the patient's mouth, then the beautiful crown is also going to look like a bad crown in your mouth.
True.
When you say थोड़ा white लग रहा है, थोड़ा dark लग रहा है, that is where you have to go beyond dentistry and become a clinician, understand what can work, what cannot work, and you communicate between the patient and the lab also. You get the things done. It's more of a holistic approach. You don't remain a specialist of your branch. You become a general dentist who eventually becomes a clinician.
Yeah, that's true. And I think that's how it is. But you just told about the turning point, and that was my next question to you. That what exactly is your turning point?
So I'll tell you, I was in Belgrade for about a month. I was working with a very senior professor. I've learned a lot of things from him, and not just professionally but personally also. So, one fine day, I wrote an email. That time the WhatsApp and was
Yeah.
not there.
Yeah.
So one of my teachers told me that why don't you talk to this professor who is in Belgrade, and I've never heard the name of the country and the city, and just write an email to him that can you come and visit him and observe. So I wrote an email, and my teacher also wrote an email to him. And by the way, we have all not ever, never ever met. So he said, "Yeah, why not? Come over."
Mm.
And he was so such a big name that when I went to university, he said, "Go and meet the people in university." I said, "Okay, this professor has sent me. They used to stand on the on then and there on your like, oh,
Yeah.
sir has sent you kind." That much respect, but very humble guy. So, in fact, when I had to go to Serbia, visa was a big issue in those times. So he went all the way to police station, wrote a letter, filed everything for me so that I can be there. So I was with him for a month. So in that 1 month, you know, uh, not only he taught me how to do implants and do other things. Of course, I could not touch a patient over there, but he told me a lot of things around convincing of patients, handling of staff, and more importantly, handling life in general. Because I was young, I was very anxious about things, very eager to do things. But being with him for a month, he used to take me for walks. While working, he used to talk to me about things, take me around the city and show me things. He used to talk about all these things, how he started, how he reached there. And I think that was a turning point because it gave me a lot of patience and way to analyze the same situation from a different point of view. So more than in a clinical case, that experience with Professor was something which was very unique, and I would actually call that as a major
Fine.
turning point for me because it made me a calmer person, and it gave me an ability to see the same things in a different light, and then every case then was a different case for me.
Correct. That's true. And sometimes I feel a mentor change your life.
Oh, that's
And thankfully, even I have two mentors in my life, I will say, and some of my seniors. And they are only three seniors, and they know that. I literally message them. I literally message them at night before that, hi, I'm gonna have this podcast. I'm really scared. I don't know. Can you just go through once and how is it going? And they are so loving, they are so calm that they are always there for me. अगर they will never pick up my call जब मैं मस्ती के लिए वो करूँगी, but they will the first one to pick up my call अगर मैं emergency में हूँ. एंड अगर मैं ये क्लिनिक आज जो हम बोलते हैं अगर मैं तब कॉल करूँ दे विल नेवर मिस माई कॉल. दे विल ऑलवेज अगर वो पेशेंट भी कर रहे हैं दे विल से समन उठा क्या है एंड दे विल हियर मी दे विल लाइक जो बात है वो की एंड ओके बाय और फिर हम रात को बात करेंगे. So but I have those mentors too. One of my mentor was in DY only where I have studied my bachelor's. He changed me. He came in final year, but he totally changed me what I am, and he's still in contact. I went to UK. I can't even tell you, जब भी मैं रोती थी and whatever, he was the first one I used to message him sometime before my parents, and he was there with me. Like कुछ भी हो, he is there.
you are very lucky then.
I am very lucky. I'm very blessed, and I'm really waiting to meet him. But I hope I will meet him soon.
Yeah.
But he is really a gem person. As you told, mentor change your life. For
Yes.
me, they changed my life. So yes, I do agree. But as you told about the how to convince, I want to ask that thing that how do you convince patients?
So every see, as I said, now that you have to analyze the person. You don't have to analyze the field. So one thing that I tell everyone is understand the patient, read the patient, become the patient. When I say become the patient, understand his or her fears and don't just, kuch nahi hota. Never say like that. For example, many patients says, uh, abstraction hai, I'm very, very scared.
Hmm.
If you tell them you are unnecessarily scared, kuch nahi hone wala, he or she will become quiet. But inside now that person is even more scared because
More
now even
scared.
cannot even express.
Correct.
So first thing that we should do is accept their restrictions, accept their hesitations, and accept their outlook of the things. Once you accept what they are thinking, how they are thinking, and when you talk from that perspective, they now understand your view. They now understand what you are trying to bring as a change in what they are looking at. And then whatever hesitations they have, they will start talking about it one by one. Some people will feel it will be painful. So then you can talk about pain a little bit. Never say कुछ नहीं होगा, pain नहीं होगा, या somebody said डर लग रहा है, अरे कुछ जरूरत नहीं डरने की. So I always tell them that I understand that you are scared, and believe me, if अगर मैं आपकी जगह होता तो I would have also been scared in that place. But let us understand what we are going to do, and please understand that in this entire thing, for example, expression, you are in control. So the moment you say रुक जाओ, you'll stop. So then the patient feels relieved. Okay, अगर कुछ हुआ तो I'll stop. Raise your left hand, I'll stop. Okay. And then I'll crack a few jokes just to loosen the tension. For example, they will say, no, no, I'm very scared. So then I just jokingly say, see, as long as I'm not scared, everything is fine. So,
That's
they
true.
immediately burst out laughing.
Yeah.
अरे नहीं सर आप तो ऐसे बोलते हैं. Then I tell them, but I understand your fear and it is very genuine. I'll try to make sure that your pain is as little as possible. We have a lot of things. We use fine gauge needles. Like instead of 26 gauge, we use 27 gauges. We have conscious sedation in the clinic. Simple things like spray, gel. I mean, so many things you can do to make the patient comfortable. And then when you take them through every step while you are doing that, they know what is coming. And you cannot be scared of what is coming. You know it. Right? So
Yeah, that's true. That's
then they are
actually
much more
the
comfortable.
yeah, the last line you told. I have read somewhere that if you tell them कि in this journey I'm with you,
Yeah.
so automatically 90% they get relief. कि
So I
हाँ,
always tell them that it's like, okay, whatever you decide. I said, no, 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 it's not whatever you decide. It is whatever we decide. The moment you say, okay, we are doing this treatment, you and I are equal partners.
yes,
You have some responsibilities, I have some responsibilities. Your responsibility is to be on time, follow the instructions, whatever clinic tells you. My responsibility is to make sure that whatever I am promising you, I am there. वो 19-20 नहीं चलता है. It has to be 20 on 20. So then,
yeah, that's true. That's true. So now let's go into the fun part.
yes.
That out of scrub life, what exactly you are?
See, I'll tell you, different. I'm aging now, so different age groups have different uh, fun elements.
Mm.
When I was young, starting out driving, I still love driving, but I don't get time now. Driving out, eating different things, trying out different things. All this was fun with me. Sports have been always been a very important part of my life. So playing any sport like badminton and all that used to be always good fun for me. But after my son is born and now that he's of almost 9 years of age, my fun time is with him. So like yesterday, I came. It was Sunday, so we had time. So I played cricket with him. In the morning, we went out for a bike ride. So I have a bike which I only take it on Sundays with him. So we just go for a ride. दो चक्कर काट के आ गए, but that is fun for me. So whenever I'm free now, I like to do things with my wife, my son, spend time with them, do something which is enjoyable to me and becomes a memory for me. Because he's going to grow very fast, and in few years he's going to have his own life, his own friends, his own things. I have that limited time which I'm making best of it. So that is fun for me now. So I do that, and then whenever I get a chance to play something, I love playing, even if it's video games and all. I used to love playing video games, not anymore. Don't get time. So these are the things I do, and then when you are traveling, then that's a different kind of experience. So when you travel, you learn. You learn a lot of things about different cultures, different cities. So that is also a very unique experience. So fun time for me is to travel and learn new things, or spend time with the family. One more thing that I used to do a lot, which probably I'm still doing somewhere, is every 2 years I had to learn a new skill.
Wow.
Every 2 years, something new has to be learned. It may be related to your work, it may not be related to your work. Every 2 years, something new you have to learn. So either it's new softwares that you want, which you want. Like for example, I have been now waiting to learn CAD software, the engineering CAD software, but somehow I'm not finding time. One day I have to learn. So maybe I'll decide, okay, this year the goal is to do this. Skill wise, also something is there. Otherwise, for example, sports wise, like I had never played tennis in my life. So I learned tennis. That's a new thing that I learned. So that is one thing that is also something which I think people can
That's
try.
true. That's really true. And I feel when we take out some time like this, other than a dentistry, that give us peace.
Yeah, that I've realized now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like whenever, like I work Monday to Saturday. So Sunday is something I do dance actually
Yeah, that's a
because
lovely thing to
it's
do.
something that makes me happy,
Yes.
makes me child, makes me a kid.
Yeah,
So I really love that time. Either be it just be at home or just go to the classes. It's just that I'm having my time.
that's very important.
So that's how I plan. A Sunday is all about that. If someone asks me, "How was your Sunday?" I was like, "Great," because it's something I did other than a dentistry.
Yes.
It's not like I don't love dentistry.
No, no,
I
but you
am
need
in
to. I
love.
mean, dentistry is a very important part of life, but life cannot be dentistry only.
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many aspects of life uh, which you should enjoy. Of course, there are a few things I realized later in my life. So I'm trying to change things. But whosoever is starting now or who's around me who are very young, I always tell them, don't kill yourself.
Yeah.
Have a
It's
life.
like something dentistry is a part of life, but don't make your life a part of dentistry.
Correct.
So it's just that.
Correct.
But yes, it's still very important.
Yes.
But as you talk about the vacation thing that you learn,
Yeah.
you cultures, cities, and everything. So what exactly vacations mean to you?
See, there are two modes of vacation for me. One is that you go in the resort or a place and you just be there. You don't even step out to see anything. So that is one laid back vacation that you have where you spend the entire time. Like maybe I had a lecture in Goa, so I took my family along with me. So we had one resort. So we were there only. We didn't go anywhere else. I only went for my lecture, finished my lecture, came back. So my son was enjoying swimming. I was enjoying swimming with him, going to the beach, coming back, and all. So that's one kind of vacation. Second is where you travel. So that's the second kind of vacation that
Yeah.
we have. So you travel, so you do see, and you go to different countries, different cities. For example, uh, this year we went to Europe. So for the first time, I went in a mine. My son also went into the mine for the first time. So we both were very excited. So we saw how it happens, what it happens. We saw some things. So when we were in the bus, we were reading about it. My son was asking me things about it. So we both learned something about it.
Mm.
So that is the other
That's
part of vacation
yeah.
where you grow your perspective, you grow
Mm.
in your
True.
mind, and you understand different things. Learn like scientific things if you want to learn. So like I told you about salt mines and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But if you want to just have different perspectives, you talk to different people, different culture. When you go and meet different people from different cultures, you understand how they look at the same problem in a very different manner. A very good example of this I'll tell you. Before I went to Europe, nobody used to talk about implant failures. I was very, very young, just passed out, and implant failure used to be a crime. So nobody used to talk about implant failure, and if it fails, that means you're a very bad dentist or a doctor
Yeah.
who's doing that. And being a young man, I cannot take a burden of a failure on myself. I was very lucky that nothing was happening, but I was always scared of that. Then when I went to Europe and I talked to these people and my mentor and all, even the patient was like, okay, it's a failure. It's okay. What's next? What's next?
What do you
So
learn?
suddenly that entire failure, which was very big in my mind, just because I met different people, became very small. So now when it fails or something fails, which will happen, of course, we are working, I'm like, it's okay. As long as I'm capable of managing, both as a doctor and financially, it's okay. Nobody's dying.
True.
Nobody's dying. So that is how perspectives change when you travel. And that is also one of the ways by which you grow and start enjoying the same things which you are very scared of.
True.
That is how I would see this. Right?
Yes, that's really true. I will not say the travel thing, but the UK part for me was this.
Yeah,
Like, I did the things that scared me the most now, and sometimes it is something, it's give you the confidence
correct.
कि ये कर लिया ना तो next भी हो जाएगा. It's nothing that you
And when you meet people, for example, you were in UK, I'm sure you must have met people from different cultures, different backgrounds, different races. And when you meet, spend time with them, then you start understanding
understanding.
how they are seeing this world.
Yes,
We have come from a background, and then in India also there is such a diversity, uh, different cities, different regions, religions, ethnicity. I mean, there's so many things that we carry as a burden in our mind.
correct.
The moment you become a world citizen, things are very different.
Yes, very true. And I think that's the point where I started loving dentistry. So when I was in final year, to be very honest, I was like, ठीक है, okay. I was okay with that. I always have a dream to do an implant, but I was okay, fine. I want to settle outside. But I went out and I understood the dentistry. I worked as dental assistant there, but I understood when I used to talk to them. So in UK we work in various jobs.
Yes.
So I have worked in Starbucks, I worked in clothing shop and everything. So when I worked with them, while making such coffees, I used to sit and I asked them, why is this important? And this give you stain, so do you like? And then they start saying me so much about whitening. They start saying me about veneers, and then I understood, yeah, dentistry holds such a great place. I was not knowing, and I have that degree, I have that talent, so why not? So dentistry, if someone says that what's the turning point for me in dentistry, it's UK. It's something I will be always grateful, but that journey was tough.
Of course. You're young, you're supposed to have these problems.
It
That,
is.
that shapes you for the rest of the life.
Yes, it is.
Those certain events shape you as a young person when you are lost in the past. You don't know what is going to happen because nobody can tell you what is happening in the future. So you decide to take some risk. You decide to take, the leap of faith that everybody calls, and then you back out your decision. I think that really leads you to the place you want to go, and that is something that we have to all have to do at
That's
every
true.
stage of life.
That's true. I would say learn from failure, don't get stuck on it.
No, never. I'm
So,
nowadays, I tell everyone whenever there's a failure, I am actually somewhere I'm happy
yeah, because you
because
tried.
I tried something, and if something didn't work, that means I have an opportunity to analyze,
Opportunity.
to do better, and that is why documentation is very important. You do
Important.
better, and you understand one more factor, which was contributing to
Correct.
success. Maybe you were lucky all the time, and now finally it gave up.
Yes, that's
So
true.
it's okay. That's why I said that the way you look at failure, my perspective changed in Belgrade.
Change.
That really helped.
Yes.
That is very important.
So, one last question for you. What is the best advice you got, and what is the worst advice you got?
To the people who are coming out, um, develop patience. It's not going to happen fast. It's not a Facebook post that you put and then there'll be 40 likes in 1 minute. Life is different.
Yeah.
Develop patience. There will be days when you will feel like quitting. There'll be days which will be very hard, very tough. As long as you survive the day, it's okay. It's okay. There's another day for you to try. So you can get up next morning. There'll be a better day for you.
Yes.
So do that. And second thing that I will tell you is I'm not in sync with the current times, but everybody is now training to show rather than know how to do things. So don't focus on showing things. Focus on knowing things when you're young. Make a good base of your knowledge, and then when you start building more and more on things, you will know also, and you will show also. So make sure that you know first before you show, because if you, or for example, if I have a limited knowledge and I put something, I feel I have done the best work that I can ever do. But there'll be somebody who's even better than me and will look at the same case and might say, what work? So at least get the basics right so that you can defend yourself in such situations.
Hmm.
So that would be my advice. Worst or good, I mean, whichever way you want to take it.
No, no. I think it's the best advice. because many people show the things जो actually genuine भी नहीं है.
I
For
agree.
example, the आजकल जॉ लाइन का बहुत चल रहा है फैशन. So the TMJ exercise they show, but it's so harmful for them.
There are many
So
things.
yeah, so it's just an example. It's not that,
Yeah,
but yes, this is the good advice, and it's not only for the dentistry or something. It's for life.
I agree.
So when you told this, I can imagine